Hey there everyone, this is raocow, and this is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and I figured this is something I try to do now. Basically, the concept is something that existed before me, but I've never seen any actual videos of it. It's called ascetic Mario. Basically, if you look in the dictionary, ascetic means essentially that pertains to asceticism. And what that means is that it is something ascetic. So now that we've got things cleared out, we can do it. No, but some peeps have asked me in the past to play the original Super Mario World too, and I think that is a way to kind of do that, but add an extra little wrinkle to it. Because wrinkles are really interesting if you are an old person. You know, you want to collect all those wrinkles to distribute them to your children when you die, so, you know, they have some, you know, money and whatnot to be able to share and live easily off of and all that. My greatest fear here is that these guys are actually really annoying, but also I don't want one of them to pop under me and, so that I accidentally kill it that way, so let's just be careful here. When you're on enemy, you go high! Like real physics, wow! There's no secret exits really in World 1. I will try to do some, however I'm going to off-screen those that absolutely require a power-up in order to protect children, pregnant women, and older people with heart problems. You can thank me later. Isn't there a fish somewhere around here? Where are... oh, there you are, fish around here. You are the fish around! You're always around all the fish, and you are yourself one of them. It's very confusing. Press on the roll pad to pretend you're a badger. So if you're ever in the market for badger pretending, you can skip basically all of this level by not doing anything, actually. Didn't even get points there. Iggy, I'm free to destroy you all I want! I am by far the luckiest little boy in the world! Up until where... I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, it's that coin there that I got for no reason. Whoa, 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 football, baseball, oh no, spherical object used for sports. You're all the same. You're all just as terrible as one another. Here, basically, what you want to do is that. It's so difficult! Also, you can press on left and right a whole lot, and there's little dust particles popping up. It's pretty great. And when I was a child, I always disembarked off of Yoshi here. Because, you know, then, the graphics glitched, and Yoshi, rose through to layer 2. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever! I was like, oh man, Yoshi, you're going to heaven! And, I guess, you know, I guess, casual equine genocides, even as a child, I thought were pretty hilarious, which is to show that I was quite a balanced and friendly, innocent little boy, even back in the day. Look at this puzzle. Oh man! That puzzle, I managed to solve it all on my own. Let's switch. Yeah, turn. That's turn. And progress will also be saved. You see here, they're very authoritative about it. They're like, dude, that process, it's saved. And there ain't no nothing. There ain't no nothing you can do about it. See this choice here? This is the illusion of choice. You don't have a choice, man. It's weird. You know the red dots are on the map? You know those red dots are on the map? You know those red dots are on the map? Well, they don't know you. So bug off. It's kind of funny because already when I'm looking at playthroughs of Mario's and whatnot out there, now already I'm sort of getting deformed and mentally and thinking that, oh no, you shouldn't jump on that guy. The sneeze is coming. The sneeze is coming. The sneeze is coming. The sneeze came. The world will never be the same. And filled with beetles, for some reason they live in the cold even though they should be hibernating or maybe dying. Kind of feeling that beetles in this game aren't literally beetles. Ah! Touching an enemy kills me? That's nuts. Come on. Be serious here. I'm gonna go and get a midpoint, and then we are going to be doing Star World 1 in order to have a natural save. If anything, though, it's a super easy way to save, because the Star World saves... I was sure it's saved. Doesn't save? Why do I think it's saved? A save must be made. What? And how? I was sure these saved for some... Why did I think that these saved? My knowledge of the Marios isn't as powerful as I thought. This is raocow playing Super Mario... Ascetic run of Super Mario World. Join me next time. We have an ascetic run of Super Mario... And yeah, instead of ascetic, you know, since the holidays will be over, instead we'll replace it by an ascetic. Should be pretty interesting. See you guys. Basically, I really want to get the top secret house, if only for a very quick and easy way, and fast also. And also speedy, expedient, and efficient to get a jolly green guy. Because, like, if I was, like, really nuts or something, I could say, well, that part is literally impossible unless you use a Yoshi jump underneath the blue guy. And, you know, whatever. Like, it's not necessary here, but in the future it may be, which is why I want, you know, the speedy, expedient, donut-filled, pasta-flavored Yoshi. I mean, I'm not gonna re-explain myself 3 times in a row. 4 will have to do, except I only did it twice. Let's play 4. This level has Disco Man, a gimmick that is there for some reason. I have no idea how Nintendo thought of the Disco Shell, because it's just so weird and, like, out of nowhere. And also pretty strange. So, I have learned something the other day. You can knock these guys without earning any points. So, hey, it's not a fully pacifist run, because, you know, I don't mind killing. Whoops! As long as it's pointless. Morton Castles 2 is the second Morton's Castle. It's pretty rare. There's a flame you can spin jump on them and nobody cares. There's a mace, and mace there, but also nobody cares. Let's time things together, American style. What does that have to do with America? I don't know. This is Martin Koopa. His face kind of looks like, because of his toughest hair. I always thought he looked like a pineapple that wasn't textured or something for some reason. Pretty great. That was Morton Koopa Jr. number 2. He was the boss of World 2. It was very difficult, as you can see, because he had the ability to walk around a little bit. And also he had teeth. Like, if I was like a porridge or an apple or something, I'm pretty sure he could, like, eat me or something. This is a story, you know, where Mario, after defeating Bowser Koopa, he then went on a vacation, but then alternate reality Mario went also on a vacation, but his vacation is taking the place of Mario here, bonking him on the head and taking over his identity. Now we're playing like as reverse opposite Mario Town as he goes on an adventure here in Vanilla Dome, except that will be next time. No! How did you become one of my most worst possible enemies, dying fish? Revolting, I say. And I even go as far as to call it revolving and malting all at once. Superland. What's it face? No, Superland. The land of all the supers. And by the way, this level totally stopped me as a kid because I was like, how does this work? I don't understand. Even as a kid, I wasn't really good at puzzles. So that I have done this pathway for so long that I kind of forgot how the rest of the level on that particular sub-level looks like. I find these things funny. I don't know. So like I said, whenever you jump on either Lemmy, whenever you jump on Lemmy, like you'll see, there's a little 400 there that pops out. So, whoa! You can't defeat Lemmy as an ascetic. Well, you know, I can understand. It's pretty much direct violence there. It's like dude killing a dude straight up here by hopping on his head 3 times. Like, you don't think about it, but that's a violent as hell thing to do. Just flat out stomp on a guy like that. You don't do that kind of thing. It's violent. Just thinking about it really starting to make me a little queasy, to be honest. I'd rather not think about it. Instead, I'd rather think about little Mario's carpeting. Even then, Mario's carpeting is terrible. He's trying to fix the tower, and what he did, it's now all rubble. It's like there's less mass in the tower than there used to be before he started hammer on. How is that even possible? He's just that terrible. Okay, so, hey, Charles. Okay, I'm gonna have to despawn you. Nothing personal here. Just, yeah, you're despawned. No, all I know is despawning worse than death. I very much doubt it, considering that if you return to the screen properly, They're just back into action like nothing was going on, so hooray. Oh man, SuperMarioCentral.net won't be happy about this segment and will require them to change things a little bit. However, this is going to be interesting, what with all the... Whoa! That was... that was a real, genuine mistake there. Should I have took the lower route there? Because, yeah, this is another one of those levels with an alternate path. But let's check out this one, and if it doesn't work out, we'll take the small only one. Ironically enough, in this game, when I play it normally, I'm not small very often, not to brag or anything. But apparently Butterbridge 2 is, quote-unquote, very unreasonable. Because, you know, the source of that waterfall is way on top of a mountain. But how did that water get on top of that mountain in the first place? I don't think there's a pumping system through that other bigger mountain to get from that lake to up there, considering I'm pretty sure that the waterfalls... Do the waterfalls feed into the lake? Yes, it does. So we don't know where it starts, but then goes into the sea. But where does it start? And the sea's like behind us. The perspective is really, really weird when you think about it too much. So don't, please. For my sake, and for yours. So yeah, normally, but you'd have to bring something or another to do this part, because you absolutely need, as far as I can tell, the red switch to continue there. What an enigma. What an enigma. What is an enigma? An enigma is a mammal that lays eggs and is all pokey, kind of like a dandelion. A lion that is dandy. Oh, wait a second. We got... Ooh, okay. We're gonna have peeps that kick things, right? Yeah, I need to make sure that never hits anyone. And I'm not a shell, but I also have to make sure I never hurt anyone. I know that I got to this world very late as a kid, because I remember in the ending of Super Mario, a world in which you can just, like, a level you can just swim underneath the whole thing, by the way. If I ever find a place that's like impossible or something, I can just do that. It's pretty great. Anyways, like, because I remember when I saw the ending in the full game, you know, there's that whole enemy staff roll that we're all sick and tired of seeing all the time, and I saw the torpedo test and I was like, what? What's that? Now, of course, the first time I beat the game, I also saw Reznor, and I was all like, whoa, what's that? But, Torpedo Ted, the mystery of what the hell's a Torpedo Ted lasted a lot longer. Mario, as a poor little plumber dude from Brooklyn, Italia, he cannot fly on his own. It's some people on this stupid earth just are not born equal to the rest of us civilized folk, and that's just something you gotta live with. Here, you just... Whoa! That's my biggest fear here, really, is moles that will ambush me from below and have a somewhat lethal encounter with my feet. Learning. It's okay, whoops, to die if you learn. Here, I didn't learn anything. Here, I played, like, very stupidly, so it's not as good. You gotta be able to make the distinction, you know? And now, up ahead, up above, is Ludwig's Castle, brought to you by Ludwig Koopa the Castle. Used to getting that mushroom there, and it's kind of weird not getting that mushroom, because I'm usually, like, you know, when I was a kid, I was here, I was like, man, gotta get that mushroom, because this place is, like, super hard. I really thought this was super hard for some reason. I don't know, I think it's the fact that you got, you know, that falling spike ceiling. It's not dangerous, but it looks dangerous, and psychology, you know, is a big part of all that. That's a fence, that's a door. That's not a fence, it's a door. Dense, floor, fence, door. All different. Loving Von Koopa's days of composing Koopa symphonies such as, you know, Ode to Koopa and Koopa to Joy and the Requiem of Koopanovich and, you know, Battleship Koopa and It's a Koopa Full Life and a Koopa Story and Cabbage Patch Koopa, and Koopa Run Koopa, and Baron Von Koopa, and President Koopa Goes to Town, and Red Koopa, and Koopa to Hell, and Koopa 169, and Koopa on the Telephone. Man, it's surprising the amount of text that Nintendo could fit in that such a small amount of text space. But that's right, I can't even eat the bubble like I always wanted to do, because as a kid, you know, I just thought, oh man, I'm feeding a dinosaur soap bubbles! That's so funny, because soap tastes terrible! I don't know, I was a kid, don't judge me, please. And I go too fast. I actually do. And as a kid, I was like, wow, man. My anecdote. What am I supposed to do with it now? Thank you. Okay, we have found a compromise. Wah! We have found... Oh man, when I was a kid, basically the way to clear this sub-level was to bounce on every single turtle and get a life at the end, which I cannot reproduce for obvious reasons. Oh no! No, no! I'm trying to save here! The video's over! That was totally on purpose. It's to remove my totally unfair advantage of being the size of 2 men, which is why I got back that advantage afterwards, because I felt bad about feeling bad, because feeling bad is admitting that you still care way too much about a whole lot of things in this world. Hey, that end there kind of went bad, but it's not even because of the levels, because I was playing super badly for some reason. I guess it was a return of the revenge of the let's do some very strange mistakes for reasons that I cannot comprehend. There's a castle here. As a kid, this was like, oh my god, so impossible, even though there's really no reasons to find this, like, particularly any impossible, but you know, when you're a kid, you find a lot of things, pretty things like, when the Koopa encasses a song her last song because she's a strong stressed, she seams the songs together and she sells them to poor children because that's her way of making money. It's to exploit the poor because she is a villain, and as a villain she has to be a jerk and do everything in a villainous way. This was by far, bar none, the hardest level that I've considered the hardest level as a kid before I've uncovered the That's a Yoshi? He is a friendly little horsey man. Some people call a dinosaur, others a dragon, which would be pretty crazy, because the Super Mario Brothers movie made it pretty clear that he's actually a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and like a baby version or something. And, you know, there's not anything more canon than the Super Mario Brothers movie that happened, the live action one that happened many years ago when I was a kid that was in the correct age bracket. I didn't like that movie because the Goombas scared me. I don't want to die to Larry, so let's try and not... Of course. Because I said that, of course, it's the Punabos! They have a psychological imprint on me. Important. Oh man, you get the normal eggs and you get here directly. Wow, that must mean they made a mistake here making the circle red, right? It's supposed to be yellow. My childhood was quite innocent. The story of getting the special world is that for the longest time I had no idea this existed here on top of the world, and I distinctly remember that it was actually a co-worker of my father who informed him of this special world, well, this secret exit, and I was adamant in not believing that. That was pure nonsense, and like, where would this star even lead? That's crazy town, so crazy I'm gonna go save. So, the Special World, basically known as the Special World. It says special right in stars, and you got the Japanese Famicom logo in the top corner of the map there, which made absolutely no sense to me back in the days. Also, for the 2 people who don't know this, there's a little Easter egg here. You're hearing the music, it's this little wacky little calypso thing. But if you use a time machine and go into the future, plays a Mario 1 remix instead, suddenly. Still with a groovy Calypso remix, but yeah, when I was a kid, I got all the way to this part of music, then I held a tape recorder to the TV speaker because I wanted to preserve this, man. A hidden song? That's craziness. Man, this won't be possible. There's one way that would be possible while still remaining ascetic. It keeps the ascetic rules. Does this count? I mean, by all shapes and means, technically I haven't done anything unascetic. However, so I guess it counts. Basically all I did is, I'm still using my Super Nintendo controller, it's just that I replaced left and right to be on the L and R buttons. So, I don't think that an ascetic monk would be way into rule lowering here. Again in the future. Whoa! Music! That's not the right one! What is going on? So, Mondo's the level with the tide O. If you ever need a mnemonic, that one makes absolutely no sense. So, you can use it free of charge. I know, I am the picture of generosity. You can sort of tell I've never played this level as much, like proportionally, than a lot of the game, by the fact that I don't, like, by reflex, know what is in which boxes. It's just kind of biting me here. It's like it has not been as practiced in the past. Like, historically, as a kid, I pretty much always just bullet bounced there, because I'd rather, like, even as a kid, I understood that I would rather have my full mobility, including the spin jumps, but, you know. Okay. That's something I can recreate. See, that was to test it out, so I have an opportunity to recreate it. Oh man, I'm so thoughtful. Number 5, as a kid, I thought was super impossible, because I never thought to just let this freaking thing fall before you start to run, and then I thought of running right into the wall, because that's the manly thing to do. Okay, door number 7 is also known as the 7th door. It's very scary, because as you can see, there's statues. And now the last one, the one I like to call home. No, I don't. That's a lie. I've never called this door home, ever. Whoops! I seem to have slipped and fell. Wow, I sure am quite clumsy. Luckily, however, video game Nintendo here gave us a back door that leads us here directly. It's pretty fanciful. It's like a shortcut, except that's exactly what it is. Because he's Bowser, man. He don't give no gruff. He doesn't. It's written on his business card, like King of the Koopa, don't give no gruff. This is the only instance of the fireworks sprite. Don't know how to use it because Mario isn't disappearing. Well, as far as I know, every time you use a fireworks sprite, Mario disappears. There might be some ASM hacking going on here in the game that I never really thought about. No, it's really subtle. I've loved the participation aspect, where a whole bunch of people like jump to the occasion of showing that Drybones here has the wrong palette because his boots are blue instead of red. So's the Bunny Beetle, by the way. All of these fellers are named after fellers that have a different name. That's okay. Look at that Luigi. Just look at him. Look at that guy. I can't believe that guy. Just look at him. Really? Really, Luigi? You're actually gonna, like, stand here after all you've done? Like, even, like, with that little coy little smile there, like, dude, don't try to act like nothing ever happened, man. Ugh.